Let's go ahead and get to my next guest of the evening, representing the 859. He's got an EP called As I Am. It's out on all the digital music platforms. This is his second appearance on the show. And let me channel my inner Sean Carter because it's the R.O.C. Respect Original Creation is joining me right now. How's it going?
What's going on with you, God? How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. Thank you so much for being back on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me again, man. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you, man.
Yeah, so I was just telling the people that we ran into each other at Kroger's this past week. Um,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, get some shopping done.
yeah. Getting that shopping done. I randomly pick Tuesday to shop. And I go to
Same.
Walmart sometimes, I go to Kroger, then I go to Save a Lot. It's just a whole routine thing for me. So
Word.
that's something that I've been doing since I've lived on my own and it keeps going. So, um,
That's
just
what's
gotta,
up.
getting that grub, most definitely.
Word.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
I have gotten a chance to see you since this whole pandemic. So with circumstances that's happening, it's good. It's good to see you
Mhm.
and all the local music friends that I've gotten to see this year. Um, let's talk about this record, As I Am. It is the name of the
Yeah.
record. Um, Talk about the whole recording process on putting this together.
Okay. Well, first off, I gotta say, before I started actually writing, as I am, I was actually in the process of working on an album. I ended up almost being homeless and all that stuff. So it was a lot going on. And also still grieving over my mom who had passed in 2014. So I was dealing with a whole lot. My daughter was on this whole kick of saying leave me alone and stuff, and not realizing that she also did it to her mother. But you feel me? I didn't know that she would do it to me though, and it felt very personal. So it was a whole lot going on, and I just had to get some stuff off my chest, man. And so I just started writing it down. I talked to my manager, St. Pierre, the illustration room, and his wife, Liddy Red. And, it was like, man, you already know best thing to do is to, put that on wax. You feel me? You gotta get that shit down. So that's what I started to do. I started writing. I think the first song that I wrote after the breakup was self love. Because that's just where it starts, and it just kind of took off from there. And I at first I wasn't cursing in my music, um, and that was a personal preference for me, just because it just kind of felt like I didn't really need to. Um, but with this, it's such a personal thing and very transparent. It's like I can't really care about what anybody thinks about what I feel. So I just kind of let that go and just started to just put everything down. As time went on through the rest of 2020, it was just more and more stuff that I was overcoming, more stuff that I was realizing, and it just all kind of took a form of its own. Like there's even songs that I was gonna put on there, but I decided not to, just for multiple reasons. Some because it didn't really fit the vibe, and others it just kind of felt like, okay, maybe I just want to keep this one for me. Nobody else needs to hear this. I just want this one for me. So, yeah, and it came out amazing, amazing.
Yeah, man. From what I've heard on this album, man, very, very authentic on your part.
Yes, sir. I
Put your
appreciate
heart and
that.
soul into it. The first song you put out, I believe, is "So Cry." He did a music
Yes.
video for that, and that is
Yeah.
I'm used to the uplifting, good vibes, R.O.C, and then we get a total different side.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of Jay-Z song cry. Gave me those type of
Mm.
feels as far as putting your feelings out there. That
Yeah.
had to be an emotional song to write, to record, and during the music video. So what was it like recording the track for Soul Cry?
Um, it was. I mean, it came easy, honestly. Like, if you know me, like outside of the music, then you know I'm an open book, anyways. Um, I had kind of gotten away from that side of me for a while, because things were just good for a while. And with that song, it was just like, okay, I'm really actually letting things out, and saying things that some people might be offended by if they know that I'm talking about them, and or they know what I'm talking about. It's like I can't care. So when I went in to record it, it was just I had to feel those feelings. I felt every single word, especially when I say 2020 was a bitch and a half. Like, that is true. That is so true, and it's for so many reasons. And it hits so hard. Like, whenever I mention that song and people has heard that song, they mention that part because it's relatable. Like, it was a bitch for everybody, everybody in the world, with COVID and all that. But even beyond COVID, just like it's like a year-long retrograde. It felt like, you feel me, just shit happening every single day, to try and knock you off your course. So, when I went in to record, it was just like, let's just be me. Yes, I'm R.O.C, respect original creation, but let me give them Quinn. This is how Quinn feels, you know. And the video, that was actually directed by my own manager, Marley Johnson. Shout out Marley. Um, I told her that I wanted to do a video for this, and she kind of let me take the wheel. And we started at my mom's grave, because that's the first place that I went to, after everything that happened. Um, and I had all my friends. They were all living together, and it was just me that was out here. Um, and they would let me come by and just, like, have that community feeling, and love and peace that I needed. So then it ended there as well, at their house. So it's just a ride, just a journey that I'm on throughout the whole video. I'm not in one place. I start at the graveyard. I end up downtown, in where what is that called? Downtown, right next to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I end up there, just overlooking the city. And then I end at their house, and then at the very end, I'm outside again. Just it's just a never-ending journey that I go through with that song.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, no hook, no ad
No
libs,
hook, no ad libs, no
just
dubs, none of that. Just
no.
me.
Yeah,
Just gotta
so
get this shit out, man.
yeah. So as I am by R.O.C, that's available on all the digital music platforms. Go stream it, go buy it, go check it out.
Yes.
Just and this is your introduction to the platforms. From my
hmm
understanding. So
on a bigger scale, yes.
yeah,
Um, I did drop one song last year on all major platforms,
yeah.
and that was "Jump the Line." And it's still kind of doing numbers or whatever. I don't really promote it as much as I should, because it's a dope track, and I'm actually going to be making a music video for that pretty soon. But on a bigger scale, just like to have an actual project, because as you know, a lot of my projects are on SoundCloud. That's where I started at. Like my last three projects are on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
So to actually put out a collective, piece, on all platforms. That was like, I don't really think anybody was expecting that from me.
Yeah, so it's definitely an incredible project.
Thank you.
So everybody go check that out. You know, speaking of music videos, you got one for Soul Cry. There's also
Hmm.
some standout tracks that I like. I like 333 Cocoon. Uh,
Thank you.
that's
It's my
that.
favorite.
That's a dope track. Self Love. I like that as
Hmm.
well.
It's the
That's you already brought it up. You know, self love. Let's talk 333 Cocoon. What was it like recording that particular track?
That one, man. I remember that day perfectly. I was with one of my friends. We had went to Kroger on Leestown Road, and I was sitting in my car. You know, she was in there. She was, getting her food or whatever for her crib. And I'm just like, I feel something. Like that was, I think I wrote that November, November last year. Yep, it was around this time. Um, and written, uh, I had written the blue, I had written self love, and I had written soul cry. And it just kind of felt like I was more at peace with myself. So I found the beat, and as soon as I heard the beat, I just started writing like I didn't have any type of rhyme scheme that I wanted to do. No certain ways of saying things and all that. It just started to just come out. And when I got finished with that first verse, spiritually, I felt like that was my growth song. Um, that was the song to let me know like you are better. You are in a better place now, and you are doing exactly what you need to do, and you are able to express yourself the right way in your way. And also, it's about like it slides, like so it was an amazing journey writing that song in particular. That's why it's my favorite song because that is my growth song. That is when I knew that I was okay.
So you have 7 tracks off of As I Am. And so far, you've actually done music videos for 4 of the 7. Got 333 Cocoon, The Blue, It
Hmm.
Is What It Is, and So Cry. So you
Yep.
definitely given us the visuals for these records
Hmm.
as well. And shout out to Molly Johnson. She cool peoples. And
Yeah.
also Marley Carter,
Yeah. Marley
Dizzy,
Carter. Hmm.
Lando, plethora of
Yeah.
talented
Squad.
artists
Squad.
from the 859 doing their thing. Um,
Yeah.
and
Shout out to Marley Carter because Marley Carter has been such a big influence and person behind me for years now. He did the music videos for 333 Cocoon and It Is What It Is. And those are his directions. He's directing those videos as well as, videotaping them. Um, just to plug my dog in, man, because
yeah,
he's with me, wherever I go, I'm with him wherever he go. Like, that's my dog, man, and I love that, man. So Marley Carter, y'all definitely gotta go and find that guy. Seriously.
he's doing music. He's doing a lot in the community.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got his own kitchen going
Yup.
as well. And he's
Mm-hmm.
got his own brand going. Um, so
Yeah.
while he's kind of
It's
put the
sunny,
music,
ho.
yeah. So he's doing more than just music. So he's doing what he can to help out in the community and being a helping hand to artists like yourself and Lando and Dizzy and so many others. So he deserves
Mm-hmm.
his flowers for what he has
Absolutely.
contributed to the local hip hop scene. So R.O.C. As I Am. The EP is out right now. He's
Yes,
on
sir.
Facebook under
Mm-hmm.
R.O.C. He is on Instagram. What is your
Yep.
handle? What's your handle?
On Instagram, I am Rocky Olorun. It's ROCKYOLORUN.
So he's on Instagram. He is on Facebook. And you can check out all of his. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. His previous music. But if you're gonna check
Mm-hmm.
out the recent "Jump the Line" single from last year, and "As I Am" the EP, that music will be heard on all the digital music platforms. Um,
Yes,
so thank you, man, for this good chat, catching up with you. Congrats on the release of
sir.
"As I Am," and I look forward to hearing more from you in the future. You mentioned about
No,
the album you was working on prior to "As I Am." So will this album be coming out sometime next year, or what's the status on that album as of right now?
that the album is in the works. The album is in the works. That is all that I am going to tell you. I'm not going to give you a name, not going to give you a date. Just know that this is not the end of R.O.C. There's definitely more coming out right now. I'm doing pushing more features out, along with promoting my EP. I've just been trying to tap in, and see who else is out there, because I love supporting other artists as well. I love doing the iron sharpens iron. So I'm ready to build and work with whoever uh, is on the same page as I am. But yes, the album is definitely in the works. So please be ready, because when it drops, it's gonna drop hard. I promise you.
Hey people, I tried. I tried. He can't give it all. I know you say that you're open book, but on that particular thing, can't tell you all on that one
Yeah,
just yet.
sometimes you gotta give people something to look forward to,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
so until then, go check out "As I Am" by R.O.C. and that is available on all the platforms. Great chatting with you, man. Hope all
Yes,
is
thank
well
you.
with this whole pandemic, and I know we'll cross paths again. Um, and just be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.